We saw Trent Alexander-Arnold delaying the game,
Yeah.
preventing the momentum of the game, taking an age over a throw and got booked straight away. We also saw multiple goalkeepers booked for taking too long over goal kicks this weekend. They don't seem to be taking on board the new regulations or the way the rules are interpreted yet. Do you think we will see it change, or do you think this is just going to be a par for the course now? Yellow cards left, right, and centre for time wasting.
Well, I think when you see the accumulation of yellow cards and players teetering on the brink of having a suspension for having 5 or 10 yellow cards in the season, then the brain will engage and they'll realise that this is not what we should be doing. And you say players, are they realising it? I was at a match last weekend where a player got cautioned for kicking the ball away, quite rightly, and then within 3 or 4 minutes, one of the opposition kicked the ball away, and the manager of the opposition went apoplectic at his player, remonstrating with him, just saying, look, you just see the referee caution one of our opponents 3 minutes earlier. What are you doing that for? So there is this learning curve to go through. And I think if the authorities, that is the referees, if they continue their stance on this, we will see a change of attitude towards players in just knocking the ball away to delay games.
You said there, players kind of failing to learn from seeing what's happened to their opponents. In the Liverpool-Chelsea game, Nicholas Jackson was booked for giving the old yellow card signal, and then Alexis McAllister did exactly the same 5 minutes later, and then seemed to be surprised that he also got booked. Does it surprise you players are still doing this? Is it a good rule, and is it a cultural thing? Is it a lot? South American players seem to have a
so I wouldn't use the word culture, but I do think that in certain areas of the world, players are allowed to do certain things that maybe we wouldn't think as being the right thing to do.
Okay.
If you can go all the way back to here we go, Jurgen Klinsmann. People said that Francis Lee used to dive for playing for Manchester City all those years ago, but Klinsmann took it to the next level, and suddenly we had diving in our game. Now, in terms of the card and imitate and show me a yellow card, that's been going for many a year. And I thought even when I was refereeing that the authorities had picked that up and were clamping down on it, which we started to. But we went into this lull again where we completely ignored it, and it didn't become the norm. But more and more players were using that to, again, show their frustration at referees and or trying to influence referee in making a decision. And again, it's something that's unsporting in terms of the law and ought to be picked up, and is now being picked up. I don't think it's a cultural thing. I think the game is a worldwide game, and unfortunately what we see on TV replicates itself throughout the game. So it's a good thing, and players hopefully get used to the fact that if they ask for a caution, they can have a caution if they want, but it'll be to